All right, guys, the day is finally here. Injustice 3 delayed until 2026, and I have the official reason. Now, according to my source, the official reason is the fact that Injustice 1 outsold Injustice 2 and continued to outsell Injustice 2. Now, you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? Don't worry, I have a lot of numbers here for you guys, and we're going to be jumping into those numbers actually right now. So with that being said, let me go ahead and lay everything out for you. The topics we're going to go over is the sales of Injustice 1, the sales of Injustice 2, and why there was no Injustice 3, where is Injustice 3, and when we will get Injustice 3. I'm going to touch on these briefly, but I will be making longer videos in the future focused directly on those topics. So if that's something you want to see, smash that like button. Now let's get into it. We're going to start with Injustice 1. Now, Injustice Gods Among Us was the highest selling game in the United States during its release of April 2013. That game sold 424,000 companies. I said companies. They sold 424,000 copies, and that was reported by industry analyst Cohen and Company. They are a verified and professional company that report analytics on video games and other forms of media. Now, the only game released during that month of April in 2013, they're the only game to sell more than 250,000 copies. That is huge for Injustice. They did double the amount of any game that came out in that month, is what I'm saying. So Injustice already set the bar with 424,000 copies sold at that point in time. Now, what Injustice ended up going on to do, they ended up going on to do millions of sales is what they did. So to be exact, they sold, up until this date, they sold 1.28 million copies of Injustice has been sold up until this date. Now, you're probably wondering, what did Injustice 2 sell? Oh, get ready for this one. Time Warner themselves declared the game as the highest grossing console game in the second quarter. Now, you notice they said the highest grossing console game of the second quarter of 2017. They didn't say it was higher grossing than its predecessor. They did not say that. So guess how much the game sold? 1.5 million copies. 1.5 million. Now that was in its first 3 months. So the game had a promising start of 1.5 million copies, but it never really reached what Injustice 1 sold, which is 1.28 million copies. So Injustice 1 still beat the brakes off Injustice 2, which is why, from a business standpoint, it did not look profitable, and why the entire game needed to be scrapped and redone from the ground up. Now, for those of you younger viewer audience who don't understand sales and numbers, I'm going to put this in the simplest form for you so you can understand it, because I do have a lot of teenage viewers. So here's this. If you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, right? Let's say PlayStation and Xbox is Injustice 2. And you sell your PlayStation or your Xbox. Let's say you buy your PlayStation Xbox from GameStop. You pay $200 for it. And let's say some guy who really wants a PlayStation or Xbox wants to buy it from you for $400. You sell it to him for $400. Now you just made double the profit. You made back your investment of $200 to purchase the system, and you sold it for a labor cost of $200. So you walk away with $400. That's what happened with Injustice 1. Now with Injustice 2, with your Xbox and PlayStation, you bought it from GameStop for $200. And somebody is wanting to buy it from you for $220, and you sell it to them for $220. You don't really feel like you accomplished much, because you got your investment of $200 back, but you only made a $20 investment, which is embarrassing, and it's a waste of time, and you could have just kept your $200 to begin with, when in the first scenario you made back $400. So that's basically what happened with Injustice 2. You got beat out by Injustice 1, which is why there was no Injustice 3, because the entire motto of WB Discovery right now, as I'm told, is profit only. Profit only. They're only interested in profit, which is the reason why they cut their losses. So their new motto in their office is one team, one company, one mission. And don't worry, because I will be making a video on that also. Now, they're also focused on global storytelling, great storytelling, global reach. It's an ecosystem. So by them having that ecosystem, they want to make sure that every title that they put out is fully profitable, so that way people are able to, get the good content that they're expecting to get. I would not invest any more money into Injustice if the series was not making any money. Does it have promise? Yes, it has promise. But the number one deciding factor as to why Injustice was canceled is because of the WB Discovery merger. When you're merging and when you're selling a company, you want to show the company that you are making profits and you are not making losses. Anything that is considered a loss, you will cut it off or you will get rid of it. Nobody likes a loss in their life, and nobody wants to buy something that's completely destroyed or has no promise. I'll give you another example. If you are buying a car and the car has 500,000 miles on it, are you really going to pay $500,000 for a car with 500,000 miles on it? No. You would purchase that car for $500,000 for maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000. You would spend no more than that amount of money. But if the car only had 100 miles on it, then you would be willing to pay more for it because you know the car is going to last longer. The car is in great condition. It has the ability to serve you for a very, very long time. So the investors looked at it as if, hey, if you want us to buy your company, then we're going to need to see that you're actually making money. Mortal Kombat 11 was the pinnacle of profit for the gaming division. It's the reason why they ended up keeping it. And also Hogwarts Legacy, which done very, very, very well. It's trending all over the place. So they 2-0 right now. Now, in order for them to, let me correct myself, they're 3-0 because they got Kill the Justice League. They got that game. Now, why would you at least release Injustice 3 if it's a failure among other titles that are winners? Doesn't make sense, right? So what they're doing is Injustice is a 2026 priority, meaning the game is going to get a break, it's going to get a refresher, and it's going to be completely redesigned from the ground up and have its own identity. Because remember, they also tried to introduce brutalities into Injustice 2, which ended up being unused for two reasons. One, they didn't have enough time, and then two, it kind of felt like a knockoff of Mortal Kombat instead of creating its own identity, which is what they're working on. So I just wanted to be one of the people that bring this information to you. So shout out to my source for finally getting his hands on these numbers, because we really, really, really needed these numbers. We needed them bad. We needed them very bad. Now, I will tell you this right here is right now, currently, you can purchase Injustice for $4.95 on Xbox 360. That's where you can get it. You can even get the game for $1.50 at this point on certain websites, according to price charting. And I will say this right here. When we talk about the numbers as to how many people played the game, in 2020, it had an average of 88.8 players, which is an 18% decrease in game. And over time, it kept growing. It grew to a negative 25% of people that are playing the actual game. So same thing with Injustice 2. People play it here, they play it there, but it's not being played as much because over time, it just disappears. Nobody plays it anymore, which means that how can I put this? Which means, I'm trying to find the best way to put this. It just means people are no longer interested and they moved on to something else, which is not a good idea in this day and time for the company. Now, I will say this, in the last 30 days, Injustice did do and still is outdoing Injustice 2. Injustice 1 had a peak of 130 players. You heard me, people. 130 players. That's only 130 people. This game was made for thousands of people. And I would say this, according to Steam, the all-time peak for Injustice was 10,262 people. That's how many people played it. Now, when it comes to Injustice, only 200 to 300 people played Injustice 2. 200 to 300 people. That is embarrassing, and this is just going off of that's just going off of Steam numbers. But don't worry, I'll make another video breaking it down with some screenshots and links and stuff like that. I just wanted to bring you this video real quickly. If you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button to ride the wave all the way to 20K. Be sure to like the video and share it if I need to bring back the Injustice series, meaning that I keep you guys updated with daily Injustice news as to what's going on. If that's what you want to see, let me know. Get this video to 500 likes and I will drop the next Injustice video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.